Hey, y'all. Hey, it's JJ Conway. Welcome to Building Wealth Together, where our goal is to help you walk in abundance and leave a legacy. It's Juice with JJ. This is where I keep you informed about scams, financial controversies, and money shenanigans so you can keep your cash flow out of their pockets and funding your dreams. Let's get into it. Sometimes I forget to put my priorities first. So my point that I want to remind you of today is to put your priorities first. I mentioned we had this Texas weather, and for those of you who don't know, most of my life I've grown up in the Northeast area, so I was really skeptical. I was really skeptical about the whole big storm and the ice. I mean, come on, it's just a little bit of snow and ice, right? And we had gone out of town, so we had very little food left because I don't like to come back to spoiled food. And then while we were gone, we saw that the weather was going to come faster than expected, and it was projected to be worse than expected. So we left San Antonio. We left early. We got in town. I think we got home at about 4 or 5 in the morning. We hit the first 2 hours of the storm. We managed to snag the last eggs and milk from the gas station before we ended up getting snowed in. And I was so thankful that we had power because the other side of the neighborhood, the new side of the neighborhood, didn't have power for quite some time. And some people nearby didn't have water. And every day, y'all, the kids kept getting out of school. And you would think, because I always say that my kids are my most important thing, right? My family, God first, family, right? God, family. I always say that the Lord is the most important thing in my life. And I always say that my family is right up there with God. But, I wasn't treating them that way. School was out. Every day we'd get another notice. School's going to be out tomorrow due to electricity, water, other infrastructure issues. And foolishly, y'all, instead of playing with them, enjoying them, all they got from mama was frustration. I was behind on my doctoral work. I was losing out on speaking engagements because the internet was so wonky. We couldn't stay connected. It kept going out. And I mean, I'm thankful I had power. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't being ungrateful, but I was like, I have so much to do. My second career started to take off, and I had these volunteer commitments, and nothing was getting done, y'all. I had to cancel some classes, and I kept rebooting the computer over and over, rebooting the internet, trying to get my doctoral work done. See, I already biffed one class. All right. I already biffed one class and I had to retake it. I'm not trying to do that again. That was an expensive mistake. Okay. And so I think we went through this. We were snowed in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it was Thursday when I finally realized, when the Lord finally got through my thick skull, that I was squandering precious time with my family. I say they're the most important people in my life, y'all. I say I love them more than anybody in the whole world. I say I wish I could spend more time with them. I tell my husband and my kids, oh, I wish we had more time to spend together. Well, here's more time. And what are you doing? You're angry at the computer and telling us to get out of the office and get out of your hair. And instead of cherishing the fact that my boys wanted to play with me, spend time with their mama, even the teenager, I was frustrated. And let me tell you, if you're a new parent or if you've never parented, let me tell you something. Kids don't interpret adult behavior the way adults mean adult behavior. They almost always interpret it to mean something negative about them. Okay, so my frustration did not communicate to my kids, mom's got a lot of work to get done and she's a work from home entrepreneur. And if she's not working, she's not making any money. Let me tell you what my frustration said to them. Even my husband, I think, although he's sweet enough not to say anything, so I don't really know, and I'm not going to ask him either, right? Because I don't really want to know the answer. But my boys let me know what my responses communicated to them. Who did they let me know? I actually, as an aside, I teach my boys to respectfully let me know how they feel or when the impact of my actions affects them negatively. As I was growing up, I grew up in a different era. Children were supposed to be seen and not heard. And I felt like I had a voice that I couldn't express with my parents. In fact, I don't even think I began to be honest with my parents until I hit my 40s, y'all. I don't know if that's an Italian thing. I don't know if that's a Black thing. I don't know if that's a Catholic thing. I don't know if it's a combination of all three thing. Whatever it is, I never really felt like I could be honest about my opinion. I always felt like when I was honest about my opinion, I would get in trouble. So I teach my children that they can express as long as they are respectful. It doesn't mean I'm always going to agree. Sometimes Cubby says, Mommy, you making my heart cry. And I'm like, oh, I know, man. That's really tough. That stinks. Sometimes life hurts. Go ahead and feel that hurt. It won't last always. I know you're disappointed, but that's part of life. But this time they were right. And I'm not wrong to want to get stuff done. I mean, I still have some doctoral work that needs to get done. I'm going to get right back to it after I film this, y'all. I've been trying to crank it out ever since the internet was silent. I've been trying to crank them out. I've been trying to crank those assignments out, right? But it's really hard to take back how you make a kid feel. And if I make my kids or my husband feel like they're just in my way, if they're just holding me back, if they're a waste of my time, well, I might go ahead and build that empire. But I might turn around one day and be really shocked when I look there and they're not behind me. Or maybe they're with me, but they have so many preventable hangups and self-esteem problems that they didn't have to have if I did my part to nurture them. All right? We're not responsible for anybody else's happiness, but we do have a commitment to rear confident and happy children. So I had to stop. I even broke my brain health eating plan, y'all. I busted out the popcorn and we watched movies and played video games and all the things that made them feel loved. I mean, I couldn't do any work anyway. The internet wouldn't work, right? And so I made up my mind to put my priorities first. And as the weekend played out, as I went into the weekend, I prayed about how many of my 2021 goals were already accomplished. Many of you have seen the speaking engagements. I'm blown away. I'll be honest with you. When John Tellerico first said, you put down what you want and you think about it and you walk in gratefulness about it, and it doesn't have to take you longer than 6 months to accomplish everything you want. I believed him, but I didn't believe him. You know what I mean? Like, I believed him, but if you'd have told me 2 months into 2021, I've already accomplished almost every goal that I have set out with for this year, right? And so I was like, well, man, I need to add more stuff, right? Like, I need to add more stuff. I got a few more little things. I got some weight goals, of health goals, monetary goals, but all the who I wanted to share the stage with, I've done that. George Fraser, Les Brown, John Maxwell, all these different things I wanted to accomplish professionally, done that. Hit a certain number of downloads on my podcast, done that. And so, part of me is like, let's get some more goals, y'all. But then I felt like the Lord was leading me in prayer to restore him and my family as my priorities. And so me and the Lord in prayer, we came up with a plan. I know I'm not sure how my personality is going to play it out yet, but my family got so excited. We're going to implement this thing. So my plan is to take the summer off. And of course, I'm still going to teach my regular classes, right? And I might accept a few speaking engagements, but I'm not going after business for the summer. I'm going to take the summer off. It's going to be my first time to go through a June consecration with ample time to really pray and seek God's voice, visit all my Southwest Jurisdictional Elect Ladies. I'm the Southwest Jurisdictional Elect Ladies Coordinator, and thanks to COVID and work, and I haven't been able to visit anybody, right? Go visit them on the weekends when we're not fasting. In July, the family's going to do fun stuff. Just fun stuff. And the boys are so excited, and the requests aren't even that huge. They're like me and Mr. Man. They're pretty easy to please, right? All the stuff they want to do is in Dallas. I was like, oh, well, maybe we don't have to travel after all, but we'll see. And I know it's the Lord, because as soon as I made this decision, even though it flies in the face of what so many entrepreneurs want to do, immediately I had peace in my spirit. And a spiritual friend who walks with God and prays the most powerful prayers, she reached out, and what was on her heart confirmed it, that my priorities needed to be realigned and that I needed to devote some time hard to serving the Lord. And by hard, I mean, I'm putting it on my calendar and I am putting it in my budget, serving the Lord and serving my family. It was almost like the Lord was trying to say through her, don't you waffle on me. And so I want to encourage you today to put your priorities first. If your faith is important to you, put God in your calendar and in your financial plan first. And if your family is truly important to you, put them on your calendar and in your financial plan first. They're the ones whose approval, respect, and love truly matters. And a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we're chasing after all this other stuff, but we neglect the ones that truly matter. I'm JJ Conway. I want to thank you for being with us. Y'all take care and be blessed. Love the podcast? Be sure to like, subscribe, and forward to 3 friends. You can ask a question or take a life-changing class at buildingwealthtogether.com. Now, go walk in abundance and leave a legacy.